Welcome back to Piccadilly Talks. I'm excited to have with me today Cheryl Hanson-Simpson, businesswoman, and Aaliyah Richards. We're going to have a conversation about career planning. Ladies, welcome. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having me.
I'm excited to have a conversation about how we plan our careers. And Aaliyah, I want to start with you. You are pursuing a degree in law or certification in law, and it takes a little while. Even considering the length, why was it important for you to still take on that task?
Well, for me, when I decided to pursue law, I was pretty young. I was still in high school. And so for me, 5 years did not seem very lengthy at the time. Even though now I'm at the end of the road, it seems very long. But at that time, it did not seem so. And funny enough, when I was in sixth form, I did not know off the outset that I wanted to do law. I was actually encouraged to do law by my parents. However, I had this interest in computer science. So I told myself, all right, I'm going to do CAPE, computer science, as well as law. And the one that I perform better in, that's the one that I'm going to pursue. And my parents understood that. And I did better in law than computer science. And so I decided to pursue the career. I had those options because of my interest. When I was younger, people used to say, you talk so much, you must turn liar, you know? But when I did information technology in CXC, I realized that I really enjoyed programming. And I was like, okay, maybe I could make a career out of this. And then I decided, okay, I'm still, trying to balance both. And then I made a decision based on my CAPE results.
Well, we'll come back to the implications of those decisions. I want to bring Cheryl Hanson-Simpson into our conversation, a businesswoman. Tell us a little bit about your business and why you chose to take that route, a business owner, for your career path.
Well, actually, I didn't choose to be a business owner. I would say business chose me. Similarly, when I was younger, much younger, I wanted to be a lawyer. I just found the whole concept of talking and whatever lawyers do just seemed interesting. But unlike my dear friend here, when I found out how long it was going to take, I was like, I'm not going to be sticking in school that long.
It wasn't your passion?
No.
Is business now your passion?
Absolutely. But that was a roundabout process because I have interest in a lot of things. When I was in high school, I did biology, I did art, I did Spanish. I just did a lot of different things, accounting. But when I left school and went to university, I similarly did the same thing. I just wanted to pursue subjects that interested me, and they didn't really match up. They didn't make any sense to anybody, but I just loved doing stuff that I love doing. And it wasn't about, I need to figure out how I'm going to create a career, I'm going to make money. I just love to do things that were interesting to me. And so when I had the opportunity when I left university to go into doing something, making money out of something that I loved doing, which was at the time sewing, I jumped at it because I saw that people loved what I created and I could make money. And so when the trajectory of my business career, it really was just finding things that I was passionate about. And then there was one key element. I figured, hey, people like this, or I'm solving problems for people, I can make money. So everything that I do today is about using something that I'm passionate about and making money from it by serving people or creating a solution to a problem. So totally different pathway. It might seem strange to people who have been told, go to school, do the sciences, do the arts, do business. However, business is really about creating solutions to problems. Many people have different problems, and there is what I would define as a career in a business, in creating a business system. Mm-hmm. You can have business in multiple areas, as I do now, and they're not connected, but there's one thing that a business owner creates a system that solves problems or just create something that creates value for other people. So it doesn't have to be limited to any one field.
I agree with you. I agree that we have the space now to pursue multiple things. In your line of business, Cheryl, how important has it been for persons to engage with you to learn how to do business rather than just taking on business ownership and business development without having the proper training, the proper development?
So for many years, I operated a business that was actually teaching people about money. So I call myself a money mentor because that never goes away. So in that, I try to explain to persons how important it is to learn how to use your passion, things that you're interested in, to make money. Because at the end of the day, we all need money to do whatever we need to do. But today is different, where it's not so much that you want to get into this job. I find that younger people today are looking for different things than when I left school many years ago. They want more time, they want more flexibility. So what I try to teach people is, how can you use your passions? How can you use things that are interesting to you to earn money and then create more time and more flexibility than a regular job situation would provide you?
As you mentioned flexibility, I thought about what a career in law and certification to practice law, what it means for young people today. Speak a little bit to that young person, Alea, who may believe that traditional careers or taking the time to become certified is no longer important. From what you've learned over your course of study, what would you say to someone like that?
Well, I can speak from the perspective of being a business owner. I've actually started my business while I was at the University of the West Indies. And I feel as though now that I'm close to the end of my studies, it is an option for me to, practice law. And that is because I have created a business that I can stand on, a business that, creates a living for me at this moment or throughout my law school, which actually has financed my law school studies. So it's not, you don't necessarily need to subscribe to anything traditional. As Miss Cheryl had said, just find your passion and find a way to monetize it. So you do a bit of research, you see, you do some sort of self-assessment. So, okay, I think this is what I can handle. Or you find a mentor and you ask that person, hey, I have a bit of questions based on my research, and see if you can get some form of guidance, right? So it's not necessarily that you need formal education to be successful, because, success isn't necessarily linear. But I do encourage persons, if you want a career path that is highly regulated, such as law or even medicine, I would definitely suggest that you do go to school, because that's the only way that you'll be able to, practice what you actually do.
I appreciate your views, Alea, and I want to thank you for sharing them. And to you too, Cheryl Hanson-Simpson, thank you so much for joining me and for speaking so passionately about how you pursue the careers that you have and how you have engaged with life. Thank you so much for joining us here on Piccadilly Talks.